No!
Glimpse into the inner workings of our planet. These
birds, dude, birds, from what I know about tsunami knowledge, if there's a time, ready, stay with me now. Some of y'all are smart as hell, so correct me if I'm wrong. Animals can sense these kind of things before humans. So if there's a bunch of wild dogs in your neighborhood and all of a sudden they're not there anymore and they all left, you should probably think about, like, maybe you should be following their lead. And, like, I know tons of stories. I remember reading about this. I used to love the tsunamis in Japan. And I remember reading one, a survivor said that he remembers the day or, like, the hours before the tsunami. He's like, he can kind of faintly remember there was, like, no birds. There was no pets. Like, all the wild things had already left. And he's like, I remember it now. It was, like, blissfully quiet.
Massive mountains can spew out massive amounts of rock,
and I thought that was so cool.
And lava. History is littered with stories of deadly volcanic eruptions, from the eruption of Mount Vesuvius to Krakatoa. Today, volcanoes still pose a threat to some countries and the lives of those living near them. But when volcanoes erupt in modern times, we don't simply pass stories.
Actually, you know what? Everyone right now, if you want to, what natural disaster scares you the most? I'll start us off. Tsunami. Fuck that. Fuck tsunamis, man. I'm good. I don't want part in that, man. Earthquake, tsunami. Okay, tsunami. Hoff washing his hands. Okay, buddy. What up, bro? Okay, so earthquake, tsunami. Pretty 50-50 split.
Down to other generations. We have cameras with which we can capture the moment, allowing others to see the events unfold as if they were actually there. Even though the chances of having a camera pointed at the perfect place at the perfect time are slim, it has happened, and some truly amazing footage has been recorded. From Mount Sinabung to the Taal volcano, here are 5 massive volcanic eruptions that were caught on camera.
Tsunami just like...
Papua New Guinea is a country that is packed full of active volcanoes. With a count of 94,
I ain't doing no fucking
it
tsunami,
has the
bro.
most
I'm not built for that
volcanoes
shit.
of any other country in the South Pacific.
A giant ass fucking wave hit you in the face, bro? No.
Were on vacation there in 2014. They had heard that there would be some possible volcanic activity happening near Mount Tavurvur, one of the country's most active volcanic sites. Jumping at the chance to see it, they got on a boat to see if they could get a closer look. They got their wish and captured the mountain erupting.
Let me see. Look at the shockwave of it! You can see the initial shockwave right here, then look at the clouds in the sky. Watch the clouds, they get pushed back. Oh my god. Wait, what about the water? Is there gonna be a shockwave in the water? What the hell?!
This volcano has a history.
Oh my god, what the fuck was that?
This volcano has a history of eruptions.
Shit, is that real? That's
Some
crazy.
of them have been very violent and deadly. Most notably in 1994, when Mount Tavurvur erupted and buried the nearby town of Rabaul in ash. Luckily for the McNamaras, this eruption wasn't quite as large. Nonetheless,
wildfires count. Yeah, wildfires definitely count. I mean, most of them are man-made, but they count.
Spewing upwards as the explosion's shockwave tore across the water. You can even see the clouds above start to move as the shockwave pushes them away. 12 seconds later, it hit the boat with a loud bang. Even as the shockwave passed, the film continues to roll, capturing the mountain in all of its glory.
W footage from them.
Indonesia is no stranger to volcanic eruptions. Home to one of the deadliest volcanoes in history, Mount Krakatoa, this country is a tectonic and seismic hotspot in the Pacific. One of these many volcanoes on this island erupted on August 9th, 2020 in spectacular fashion. Luckily, the locals who were not hurt were able to capture it on video.
Yes, all the time. Oh my! You can't be serious. You cannot be serious, man. What are you talking about?
Di atas kepala aku, guys. Serius. Di atas kepala aku.
Oh my god. Is it too late at this point? Like, it has to be too late. The fuck
Mount
else can you do?
Sinabung is located on the island of Sumatra. The footage taken from one of the nearby villages shows what is actually the second eruption of the volcano. This mountain's volcanic activity actually started the day before with a smaller eruption. Knowing that Sinabung is still volatile, the government ordered all residents to stay at least 3 kilometers away from the mountain. Just before the footage started, the mountain erupted violently, with some residents describing the sounds as a loud clap of thunder that lasted for over 30 seconds. Then, the video shows a huge cloud of volcanic ash.
Oh my god, it looks like the end of
into the air,
it looks like the
turning
end of
the sky
days.
dark. Ash was spread across hundreds of miles of
land,
100%. Covering cities and villages in a thick layer of ash up to 15 miles away.
This dude's scratching his head!
Sinabung had seen any activity in over a year. Surrounding the Pacific Ocean is a long chain of volcanoes known as the Ring of Fire. On the other side of this ring, in South America, lies the country of Chile. It has its fair share of active volcanoes as well. Luckily for this country, the mountainous regions where these volcanoes exist are usually sparsely populated. On April 23, 2015, an unknown tourist who was staying in the nearby town of Puerto Varas captured the eruption of Calbuco volcano. Although the camera only started rolling after the initial blast, there is still plenty to be seen. The ash cloud is visible miles into the air with no signs of dispersing. As you hear the low rumble of the eruption, the camera zooms in towards the caldera, providing...
Are y'all not seeing this? Are y'all genuinely... Just take a fucking look.
An incredible view of the event.
What the fuck is that? Bro, that looks like a bomb. Actually, no, that looks way worse than a bomb. I mean, yeah, Pompeii. I mean, I was there for that. It was fun. I do not know how I survived that, but I did. It was not easy, bro. I was fast. Luckily, I'm fast.
The video ended shortly after, but the eruption itself continued for some time. Later that afternoon and evening, the eruption went from being mostly ash and gas to rock and lava. Everything was destroyed for miles around the volcano, and the landscape was illuminated by the orange glow. Even more spectacular were the reports of lightning sparking in the ash clouds during the eruption. Because there were very few people living in the vicinity of Calbuco volcano, there were no deaths and very little property damage.
No deaths!
Back on the other side of the Pacific Ocean, we will visit the Philippines, another volcano-rich country in which eruptions are not an incredibly uncommon occurrence.
From a plane?
On one of the many islands around the Philippines lies the Taal volcano. Although it had been active in recent history, the volcano had laid quiet for 47 years. But that changed on January 12th, 2020. That day, the Taal volcano exploded.
This is the second thing that happened in 2020.
With tremendous force, sending gases, ash, and lava high into the air. But this would prove to be a bit of an unusual situation. In the days and weeks that followed, the eruption dropped a layer of unusually wet and heavy ash on the surrounding landscape. This killed nearly every bit of vegetation that it touched. After 2 months, the once green island looked more like the landscape of a rocky desert.
Wow. That's fucking awful.
Or the moon. Volcanic ash isn't made from the same soft and fluffy material that forms when wood, leaves, or paper burns. Rather, this ash is made up of small, jagged pieces of rock and glass that are incredibly hard, abrasive, and do not dissolve in water. So, when it lands, the effects can be disastrous for plants, animals, and humans alike. The Taal eruption was especially problematic because the ash became wet enough to turn into something like mud, before drying and hardening into a cement-like state. Sadly, this particular eruption was not without fatalities. Many nearby economies also suffered a great deal. It's unfortunate how quickly Mother Nature can impact an area or person's way of life.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, we think we're good, right? Like, we think we're chilling, we think everything's going our way. Next thing you know, a volcano goes off. Let's say you and everyone you know lives. Let's say no one dies. Example here. Imagine everyone's house is cooked, you're on your own, and there's no fucking grass anymore. You're just like, Bro, of shit right there, man. I can't even think about that shit.
Central American countries and their landscapes have been shaped by volcanoes. Countries like Costa Rica, El Salvador, and Guatemala have all by volcanoes.
Wait, I'm going to risk saying something really stupid here. Is that actually how close Africa and South America are? Or is that... dude, you know what?
Countries like Costa Rica, El Salvador, and Guatemala have all seen eruptions in the last few decades that have taken a toll on the people and economies. In this video, we see a group of hikers walking along what is thought to be the Volcano Fuego, an active volcano near Los Pajales, Guatemala. As seen in the film, the mountain blows a very small amount of ash seemingly away from where they are hiking. They had no doubt that they had captured a once-in-a-lifetime shot, so they started celebrating and enjoying the moment.
Why are you here? Why are you here? Bro, me personally, if I see that, oh my god! Bro, if I fucking see that, I'm out of there! Are you kidding? Bro, he's high-five! No, I'm not playing with life like that. He's emoting.
Lucky for them, the explosion wasn't bigger. In the video, it seems that the eruption was only a couple of 100 yards away from where they were hiking. Maybe it was unknown to them, but earlier that year, that mountain exploded in an eruption that was Guatemala's worst volcanic disaster in more than a century. The eruption lasted for 16 hours, burying nearby villages in ash. In total, 62 people lost their lives and thousands more were displaced. So, although these hikers were able to escape unharmed, they were incredibly fortunate that things did not get worse as it had been a few months prior. The volcanoes in the Central American region are incredibly volatile and do not yield for anything. From the amazing to the morbid, the videos of these volcanoes will definitely leave a mark. They've been shaping our planet for longer than we've been around, and will continue to do so long after we're gone. In the meantime, everyone has a camera on them. So, if you do end up venturing close to a volcano, have your camera ready.
Nah, I'm good. I'm not going to venture close to a volcano.
You never know what you'll capture. To see